In order to do anything in the trades, whether or not it's pulling electrical wire, working on heating systems, designing air conditioning systems, pouring concrete, we have to understand about perimeter, area, and volume. All of these have something to do with any building. All objects have a perimeter, all objects have an area, and all objects have a volume. The perimeter is the distance around an object, area is the two-dimensional space an object takes up, and the volume is the three-dimensional space that an object takes up. So in this example, the perimeter of an object is the total of all sides. Perimeter is side 1 times 4 since it's a square. A rectangle, circle have different perimeters. Okay, it's the measurement around the area. Then the area of the square is the inside dimensions. How much space is this actually taking up? So area of a square or a rectangular is side times side. Okay, so area could be side squared. So for example, if the bottom side of this has an area, has a length of 12, and the right side has a length of 10, the area would be 12 times 10, or 120. The area of a rectangle is length times width, or length times, or L times W. Again, if it has a length of 10, a width of 5, my area is going to be 50. Now the area of the circle gets a little bit stranger. We have to go back and use pi. Pi is 3.41416. Again, pi is 3.1416. So we take the area equals pi times radius, or pi times r, or pi times r squared. Area of a triangle, again, is a little bit different. We take 1/2 times the length of the base times the height of the triangle. So half times base times height. So in this diagram, if we have a base of 4, a height of 2, we take 1/2 times the base, which is 2, and then we take and multiply it by 2. So the area of this triangle would be 4. So for an example, we have a rectangle. We want the area of it. It's 6 inches long and 2 inches wide. We take length times width, so that's 6 times 2, so we have 12 square inches. Notice that the unit of measurement changes. Instead of coming out with an answer of inches, we now have square inches, or IN to the second power. We have a triangle with a base, it has 14 square foot, a base of 7 feet. What's the height of the triangle? We can back into this. A is 14 square foot, B is 7. So we take our 2 times 14 divided by 7, or 28 divided by 7 is 4. Little bit of algebra, which we're going to talk about next, and you can back your way in and out of any formula. Okay? This example, the wall shown has a round window in it. We need to find the area of the wall that must be insulated. Okay? We know the length of the wall, 18. The width is 8. So we're going to take an 18 times 8 is 144. Then we have to find the area of the window because that has to be subtracted from the wall. Okay, we find our area of the window is 12 square feet, so we can take our 144 minus the 12 square feet of the window, and we can come up with the amount of wall that needs insulating, which is 132 square feet. Okay, another example. We have a door. Okay, it's 1.5 meters high and 0.075 meters wide. Okay, we need to find the area of this door. How are we going to do this? 1.5 times 0.75. Okay, which is 1.125 meters square. Another door. 22 feet, 8 inches, 15 feet, 6 inches. Okay, we need to find our square foot and our square inches. Remember, anything over 144 square inches is 1 square foot, because 12 inches times 12 inches is 144. So in this case, we're going to take our 22 times 15, which equals 330. Then we're going to take our 8 times 6, which is 48. Okay, then we can take and come up with 334 square feet. What's the area of this circle or this cylinder? Okay, we have 15 divided by 2, that's 7.5 inches diameter. Then we can take 7.5 to the second power times 3.1416, which is pi. So it comes up 56.25 times 3.416 is 176.715 square centimeters. So it doesn't matter the unit of measure you're using. It's just a matter of finding the area. Now on this one, we have to do this in 2 steps. We have a triangle at the top of the house. That would be someone's roof line. And we have the rectangle at the bottom. So do it in 2 steps. Find the area of the rectangle, 4 times 3, which is 12 meters. And then find the area of the triangle. 1/2 times 4 times 5 is 10. Add them together. 12 plus 10 is 22. Now, we know a square yard is a square with each side having the length of 1 yard. Inside of that square yard, you have square feet. Again, 1 square foot is 1 foot times 1 foot. So a square yard breaks down and has 9 square yards inside of it, or 9 square feet inside of it. Square with 1 yard on each side has an area of A equals S2, or A equals 1 square yard. And again, has 9 square feet. Some of the equivalent values are in this table. 1 square yard is 9 square feet. 1 square foot is 144 square inches. And we also have the same for the metric system. 100 square millimeters is 1 square centimeter. 10,000 square centimeters is 1 square meter. 1 million square meters is 1 square kilometer. And you can also use a similar chart for converting back and forth to the English and metric system. So if a square measures 5 feet on each side, the area of the square in square inches, find it first in feet. Okay, so 5 foot square is 25 square feet. And then convert the 25 square foot to square inches. So 25 times 144 is 3,600 square inches. Now, we've just talked about area. Now let's talk about volume. Okay, volume is similar to area. You take your length times width, but we add a third measurement, height. We want to know the space inside of something. If the length is not known, you can take volume divided by width times height. If the width is not known, take volume divided by length times height. If the height is not known, again, take volume divided by width times length. But most often you're going to be finding the volume, which is V equals L times W times height. A cubic yard is a cube with a length of 1 yard on each side, but each side is also equal to 3 feet. So 1 cubic yard is equal to 27 cubic feet. No longer than 9, because now we have to deal with height. And again, we can use some tables, and most of your calculators will do the same thing. We'll do the conversion. 1 cubic yard is 27 cubic feet. 1 cubic foot is 1,728 cubic inches. Because what we do is we take 12 times 12 times 12. So 144 times 12 is 1728. So if we want to find the volume of a rectangular room 12 feet long, 8 feet wide, and 8 feet high, we take length times width times height, so 12 times 8 times 8, and we calculate it out to 768 cubic feet. This example, 9 times 10 times 8. We take our length times width, which is 9 times 10, so that's 90. And then we have to add our 8-foot height. So we take that 90 times 8 is 720 cubic feet. This is very important when looking at sprinkler systems, fire suppression, air conditioning, heating. We need to know the inside volume of the space. How much air is in that space. Another example here, we want to know the volume of this rectangle. We have 5 as our height, we have 46 as our width, and we have 96 as our length. Multiply them all together, we get 2280 cubic centimeters. Volume is also important for cylinders. How much water can I put into something? How much space, how much gas can I put into an object? How much air can flow in my ductwork? The volume of a cubic or a volume cylinder is volume equals pi times radius times height. So pi times radius squared times height. Pi is 3.1416. So we take 3.1416 times radius times height. So the volume of this solid is 3.1416 times radius squared times height. Okay, so if we have a cylinder 5 inches in radius and 12 inches in height, we need V equals 3.416 times 5 squared times 12. 5 squared is 25. So what we do is we take our 3.1416 times 25 times 12 is 942.48 cubic inches. Again, cubic because it's a measurement of volume. In this example, we have a round building, 16 feet high, 12 foot wide. Okay, first of all, we have to find our radius. We're being given the diameter, which is 12. That's all the way across the circle. I have to cut that in half. So 12 divided by 2 is 6. So my volume is 3.1416 times 6 to the second power times 16, or 3.1416 times 36 times 16. So our volume of this cylinder, of this building, would be 1809.516. Again, don't forget that the measurement all the way across the building is diameter. Another example. Again, we're being given a diameter. That's the measure all the way across the circle of 36 inches. Let's cut that in half. Okay, 36 divided by 2 is 18. So we have 3.1416 times 18 to the second power times 60. So 3.1416 times 324, because that 18 times 18 is 324, times 60, or 61,072.704 cubic inches. So that's our discussion on volume, area, and perimeter. Now you need to do your sample questions in your book, and then we're ready to move on to graphing and algebra and trigonometry.